All right, so we ended off last session with you guys having investigated the bodies of the con men, the guys who were killed in the barn. Like I told you a second ago, I had to retcon that they do indeed have the Sahedron runes carved on their chests. Wanted to make sure I got that on recording. And y'all, right now, I believe we left with y'all in the garrison. So we're opening up back here with you guys. It should be Musashi, Cordova, and Cthulhu with Sheriff Hemlock. Argus, you can arrive on the scene in a second, or you can let us know where we can find you. That's up to you.
Yeah, I'll just be at the tavern.
Beware.
I'll just be at the tavern, the Rusty Dragon.
Okay, so you make your way back to the tavern, or you made your way back to the tavern from being in the wilderness.
Okay.
Yeah, the excuse for you missing last week was that you've not been hanging out with the group since the resurrection. You've spent the last 2 weeks out in the wilderness, training your new companion.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Can we call him
Sheriff
Pumbaa?
Hemlock? You want do what?
Can we call him Pumbaa?
No, we're calling him Meat Wagon.
Oh, Meat Wagon.
I'll call him Pumbaa.
No, we'll call him Meat Wagon Pumbaa.
We start off, and Sheriff Hemlock, he's telling y'all, just the basics of that case. He's all right. Well, it's about 2 days ago, maybe 3. The days kind of run together, but a patrol of guards were, going along the banks of the river, and were set upon by a man who was obviously sick and insane. His flesh fevered and his eyes wild, mouth frothing, clothes caked in blood. The guards subdued him and checked on where he had burst from. It was a abandoned barn that is frequently used as a meeting place for nefarious deeds. And he discovered 3 mutilated bodies. Although the bodies were a bit too disfigured for us to identify, one of them did carry that parchment that I gave you before. They identified as Torch Mortwell, Lena Hask, and Gedwin Tabe. They were somewhat notorious con men and swindlers known in this area. I've dealt with them a few times and forbade them from operating their con games within my town. But honestly, I wasn't particularly surprised to find them murdered. It was just a matter of time before they swindled somebody who was worse than they were. But in light of these mill murders and the fact that Task and Habe and Mortwell had the same strange carving on their chests that Harker did, I think it might be something worse than revenge.
What's your
Please tell
theory?
me that y'all could actually hear me. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I was about to flip the fuck out.
Do it again.
I'm stumped, honestly. I mean, this I know nothing of this rune. I could take it to Broderick Quink in town, but I've been too busy to go to him. Honestly, that's why I brought you men in on this. I needed expertise. I needed fresh eyes.
So perhaps we should go to Broderick Clink ourselves.
Yes. In the meantime, we do have Mr. Ebor Thorn, and the associate of Mr. Harker. He is in a holding cell here, as well as Ven Venda. Ven, I'm fairly certain that Ven had nothing to do with this, but Ibor, I'm less sure of. he seems innocent, but he had the means and time to do it. He was the one to find the bodies. So,
Well, if none of these men are attached to this symbol, if they don't know what it means, then I don't think we I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, if they don't know what the symbol is, I mean, why the hell would they carve it on someone?
I don't believe that Vin Vendor is involved. He wouldn't do anything to harm his own daughters. We'd have no reason to believe he ever would. But if you want to interrogate Ebor, you're pretty good at making people talk. But I would say if he doesn't understand what this Thessalonian symbol is, then he probably has nothing to do with this. What do we know about Ebor?
Yeah, is there any information on this guy?
Ebor, he's a young guy. I don't remember if I cast him the first time you met him, but I'm going to cast him now. He is played by a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's Banny's apprentice. He's working to maybe one day be able to run a sawmill of his own. And he's just a young guy trying to come up in town. He's always been honest and kept himself out of trouble. This is the first time he's been associated with anything nefarious.
What's his connection to this nefarious bit? Why is he here?
He found the bodies, as well as, like I said, he's Banny Harker's apprentice. He's there in the sawmill every day.
Gotcha.
So, do they have any reason to believe why he would be after Banny Harker? Like, I know I'm not there, but
if he wants to open a rival lumberyard or whatever, then. But Banny Harker's not the owner. The owner is that family we're talking about.
The owner is like the Scarnettis, isn't it?
Yeah, the Scarnetti family.
Yeah, the Scarnetti sawmill.
So Ebor taking out Banny Harker it'd be pointless.
Yeah.
Unless he had a thing for his fiance, but then that has nothing to do with Thessalonian magic and runes. Like,
yeah, she died anyways.
Was he the one that tried to kiss the other chick in the party?
No, that was Das Korvat, but he was involved in that scuffle.
Okay.
And
was the dead guy, the sawmill guy, was he involved in the scuffle?
He was, because it was Das Korvat tried to kiss his fiance's little sister. Yeah.
Okay. And Banny.
Banny was the first one to step. I mean, not Ebor was the first one to step in, and then he and Das got into it, and Banny stepped up to, I think he separated them or screamed at Das. I can't remember specific.
Okay. So it's not like Ebor was taking it against the Banny, like going fighting him, so that would not be a reason.
Right.
It's like he protected him then. Okay.
Either way, I don't think that scuffle that we saw at the tavern has anything to do with what's happening here. This is some other stuff, going on here.
I think he's the poor unfortunate schmuck that happened to be wandering around for whatever reason and it's getting the short end of the stick.
Can we go get Argus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should find Argus.
Well,
and then we could go see. Oh crap! Everybody's name, man.
All right. Yeah. So what? What you know so far? All right. Your list of suspects. You've got the Scarnettis who owned the mill.
Right.
You've got Ebor Thorne, who found the bodies. Vin Vendor, who you knew had bad blood with Banny all the way up until just a couple weeks ago. Das Korvat, who got into the fight. The random footprints that barefoot humanoid footprints that led out of the river and up into the house. What else have y'all got here? You also have the lead of Graced Sevilla, who was the bodyguard, the one who attacked the two guards. And he is at the Habes Sanatorium.
So can Can we get Argus and go back to the first crime scene, if that's possible? If y'all are cool with that.
Yep.
Okay, because I have a question now. And it makes sense if I have Argus.
111.
Huh?
I really want to get to the guy at the sanitarium. And the reason is, whatever this dude saw, they decided not to put him in jail with Ebor Thorne and Vin Vendor, but they put him in a fucking sanitarium. So this dude has some information.
Yep.
Right. We can
It's
get
really
there.
my only method for interrogation for Eborn here was literally just going to intimidate him, and even though I know I'll guess he's innocent at this point.
So let's just say
Blame him, make him sound like he's doing it, so he would just chatter his mouth off, say it wasn't him, and give all the information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just say we're walking with Argus at this point, right?
Yeah, we'll come find you. We'll come find you somewhere
So
in the town. Argus, we have
you
something
come
to tell
find
you.
Argus.
So at the sawmill, right? You said there was footprints leading to the river.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Okay.
You're meeting up with
Hold
Argus. I think y'all might need to resolve Argus has been out of town for 2 weeks. He's got a lot of stuff y'all got to catch up on.
Argus
I
does?
need to-
Well, I mean, y'all got to, like you just run straight into the mission. So roll.
No, but I
blank.
owe you 2 animal handle checks.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do. And tell me about nice 17. Tell me about what he learned.
Okay. Hang on. So 17 and
This first one. What did he learn with that 17?
19. Okay, so he learned attack and defend. So animals automatically attack whatever creature is threatening them or threatening their controller, partner, whatever you want to call them, right?
Mhm.
So with attack, it allows him to attack like skeletons and things like that.
Mm.
So and then defend is just a roll that I will have to do. I think it has to be a 10 or 15. I have to look it up. But if I say defend, he'll come to me and come to whoever I tell him to defend and be right in front of them.
Okay. Well, all right.
And,
Those are both
so
good
it
things.
basically takes the attack away.
All right. I like that.
So
Okay. So yeah, y'all find Argus. He's just arrived at the Rusty Dragon, where he's come from being out back in his marshland, training his new companion Meatwagon. Roughly, I'd say 10 a.m. maybe. And he's come there looking for y'all right as y'all come up, trying to find him.
Argus,
Grabbing a quick thing, be right back.
what's up?
Yeah.
Or hey, how are you? I don't know.
how goes the training, my friend?
It was pretty rough to start with, but we're good now. I'm ready to go. He's not a stompy, but he'll do.
I want to lean over and pat the boar.
He lowers his head.
He's a good boy. Good old meat wagon. How was the journey? I guess I don't know. You were out in the woods.
Oh,
How was the camping?
tell him about the murder. I mean, you can just anything.
it
Tell
was
him
so
about the
much-
murder.
We'll get there.
It was a much needed break to help me get my mind in order and realize what I needed to do.
Jeremy can't let
But-
anything flow organically over here.
But that's
I know. I'm just picking on
All
you.
right, I'm back. Sorry.
Y'all wanted to
how,
get straight
how
to
have
it.
things been in Sandpoint.
I'm glad you've had a break.
Am I with you guys?
Yeah,
I'm
sorry. You're all
glad
there.
you've had a break because there's been a moida.
Ah, Moira.
It wasn't me.
And then I'm gonna look at the camera.
And then as soon as Musashi says it wasn't
best
me,
Shaggy impression.
It
It wasn't
as
me.
soon as Musashi says it wasn't him, Argus just looks at him like, you know it was you. All you do is kill things.
Not this time. I
No,
gotta
it's a
get
look,
back into
man.
the
It's a
swing
look.
thing.
It's a look.
Comes back from the dead, murders people in Sandpoint immediately. Yeah. So
I cast
Fair. I
concentrate
also
on
die.
Musashi.
I swear, I'm not sick.
No, I cast concentrate on Musashi.
concentrate.
So
We're gonna fill Argus in with what we found. Tell him about the dude at the sanatorium. show them the notes that we've got, bring them into the fold, as we've kind of been doing.
So this is where you told me you thought it was a summoned creature, blah blah blah, stuff like that, right?
We would love to have your expertise on creatures. Maybe you could look at this and maybe know something more than we do.
Let's go to the first place. While we're walking there, Argus hands each of y'all a jar. They have 8 good berries in each. You can use that whole jar to get 8. Wait, Jeremy, did we say 8 or 6? I'm sorry.
What's the
max
is
is
the 75%? Max is 8.
6.
So,
Yeah, 6.
I think we did 6. Yeah.
Okay. So Argus gives you a jar with 6 good berries. That's 6 HP, or full day's ration if you want to use it that way. 1 berry equals full day ration. They look good for 3 days.
Do you have one too?
No, I don't have one.
Okay.
Okay. But that goes to all of y'all. Okay. So this is the sawmill.
Yes. Clear drawings. Clear. Yes. Up here in the top of the map, right here, that's Banny Harker's body. Right here where I'm clicking.
The one I have has a blood stain.
You got us on the wrong map, homie.
A desk.
Refresh.
Yeah, because I see Cordova like standing on the body right now, or almost.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, like you should see the body. Like I was clicking, like
and some dinosaur unicane thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Oh no, I lost everything. It's refreshing.
Oh yeah,
My
and
map, it changed, but it changed to that one. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's reveal areas. I'll reveal the whole map because I don't know what happened with that. There we go. All right.
Okay.
So can y'all see the map now? Proper map?
Yep.
No,
I can.
Roll20 put me into something called test.
Test.
Are we on the same map? Is the map I'm making circles on?
No, this is a blank square map with a red line on it.
I've got a full map.
I don't.
Are y'all not seeing the sawmill?
I see it.
I see the sawmill, but are we looking at the same sawmill as the one you showed me before? There was 2 different sawmills you showed us.
Yes, I did. I showed you. There was 2 different ones because the one of them had the map of the
Okay, so
the thing, the beach.
The saw. For some reason, I went to a different screen. I got put into something called test. I don't know what that was, but the map I'm looking at it looks like
you should see 2 nearly identical maps as far as how they're laid out. Yes, you're making pings now. Okay. One where everybody is standing right now is the upper level. That is the 2nd floor of the sawmill.
Okay, so this one right here. I see a body here.
Yes. That is Banny Harker's body.
Okay, and then, so it's a split map, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wasn't understanding. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you've got a split map and a narwhal that I tried to erase, but it didn't erase.
Why do we have a narwhal?
Yeah.
It's the murderer.
Technical issues.
Is that the footprints?
Yeah, the narwhal's the footprints.
Okay. I'm waiting for
I
Argus
think
to
it's a narwhal.
Yeah. So
I just drew a random thing, and it's like, it's a narwhal.
What you've got here, I'll go over the clues again real quick because I mean honestly y'all were a little off on them last time. As soon what?
Okay, no, go ahead.
No, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
No, I gotta wait for my thing. It says connection has been interrupted. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So you just need to hear things, anyways. All right. So as soon as you walk in, you notice that rotten smell of putrid meat that kind of permeates the whole building. That smell is stronger in the places upstairs where you found the blackened blood. That smell was also on the axe that had the same kind of slimy, blackened, blood on the the blade of it. That's the one that made Cthulhu and the guard throw up. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Devin, can you open my sheet? Is there any way I could roll like a hill check on that blackened blood on the axe
Yeah, buddy.
to see if it's like coagulated blood, if it's
I am
like
trying.
like what would I
Yeah,
need to roll?
None of us could get it, whatever it was.
What would I need to roll?
Knowledge
tell me-
religion.
Knowledge religion.
Yeah.
I don't have knowledge religion. Is there anything else? Could I roll a knowledge nature since I'm pretty familiar with nature and I could tell if it was some type of animal or creature?
Yes, you can give me that.
My system broke. You might have to roll it for us, Jeremy.
I rolled it. 24.
I'm just broken.
24. All right. Yeah, with 24, you can tell 100% this came from a dead creature.
Okay, so it's undead.
Like this is dead bile. Just like I think the priest told y'all or told them at the end of the session. This blood, this bile came from a dead creature.
Cordova, this is undead. It's not I don't think it's a summoned creature because they usually don't leave a trace behind. With that, do you want me to roll a perception for the smell? Because you said it was only in certain areas, right?
I said it permeates the whole building, but it's
Okay.
stronger
In certain areas.
in the places around the blood. In fact, since you're investigating the blood, I do need you to roll me a fortitude save.
Fortitude.
Yes, sir.
I got a 25.
Yeah, you kind of feel like your lunch, your own good berries coming up in the back of your throat, but you like just close your mouth tight and breathe through your ears.
And y'all rolled a hill check on the body to see how he died, everything like that.
Yeah, it appears that he was dismembered upstairs and pinned to a wall, and she was thrown from the balcony.
Okay.
His arms were cut off. His jaw was removed.
Now, does it look like it was used with like any of the tools in the building, or was it
other than the axe? We didn't find any other murder weapon.
Okay.
But there were claw marks on the bodies.
Okay.
Yeah. Parker's body has been horribly desecrated. The poor man has been affixed to the wall by several hooks used to hang machinery. The body is mutilated, the face carved away, and the lower jaw missing entirely. His bare chest is defaced as well, bearing a strange rune in the shape of a 7-pointed star.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to rush this so they can get the new stuff. I apologize.
Yeah, you're all right.
And then you told me about the note, right? And it said your lordship.
Yep.
Yes. And that one on the outside of the note had Cthulhu's name written in blood, in Banny Harker's blood.
So we had a thing going last week where it was supposed to be like Cthulhu might be the murderer because he was covered in blood, but we found out that he was just killing some sheep, like I guess in his sleep or something, because he was eating sheep out in the woods or some shit. But why this guy wrote a note to Cthulhu is kind of strange.
So
yeah, did we ever read what the note actually said again?
So this is going back to our first section. So please help me out here. Okay, so we've only met one person of nobility, which was what's his name?
Aldern,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't Aldern have like a thing for Cthulhu because he saved his life?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm telling y'all this. I'm thinking out loud.
You think Aldern could have something to do with this because it mentioned Cthulhu?
Yes, I do.
Well, Cthulhu might have some ties to the underworld here in this town itself.
See, I don't. If y'all went over like Cthulhu's backstory, I don't know a lot of his backstory.
We don't know either. Cthulhu, why would your name be on this note? Just ask him. He's standing here.
Ask him.
To be honest.
Cthulhu, so Argus turns to Cthulhu and says, asks him, why? Who would do this and then have your name written on it? Who have you wronged?
Oh, no.
I can't hear. Ben.
Really, like taking on it and just Uh,
You're breaking up real bad.
Yeah, I
Hey,
can't hear him at all.
Yeah, you're like super soft, man.
Oh, 1 second.
And then while he's telling that, Argus wants to look at these footprints. Can I roll another?
Be a survival check on the footprints.
Okay.
Tell me what you're trying to find out.
So, so if I follow the footprints, they lead to the water, right?
Yes.
I just want to see if they're like animal footprints. You know how like the animals leave the claws when they make a footprint, or if
Yeah,
it's
no,
more
they
like,
are barefoot human.
okay, because I was gonna say like webs or stuff like that. Like, could it be like an aquan creature since it's in water? And then
Take a look at the claw marks on the bodies and see if you can
You know,
discern
yeah,
anything.
Give me that survival check.
okay, that is a 23.
Nice.
Gosh,
With a
Ellie.
23, you find
I'm rolling awesome tonight.
you find footprints that lead to and from the house into the lake or into the river.
Okay, so
And you can determine that the footprints do not lead away from the sawmill.
okay, so they don't like leave anywhere. They just go from the water to the sawmill.
They go from the water to the sawmill and then back to the water. Yes.
Okay, so this open part right here near the sawmill is that like where they're going to? Because
Yes, they ascended to the second floor and went in
Okay.
through an open bay.
So since I've gotten everything and you gave me that other handout and it said a barn and a creek, where does this lead to? Where does this body of water lead to?
This is the body of water that this is part of the Verissian coast, like part
The
of
barn-
Verissian Gulf.
The barn is
This
on
is a-
Cougar Creek.
Yeah, this
Right.
this is I'd
So,
say
but does
that I
that-
think this is Kruger Creek, if I'm not
This-
mistaken.
This is on Cougar's Creek. Okay, so I was thinking
Yes.
smaller body. Okay. So if we followed this body of water, we would end up at the barn.
Yes, I do believe so.
Where else does this body of water lead to besides from here to the barn?
Everywhere across, it leads to the docks, like it runs all along the coast of the town.
Okay, so every murder we've had has been somewhere around this body of water, the docks, the sawmill, and the barn. Correct? So we can assume they're using the waterway as a mode of transportation.
Yes, that's what we kind of guessed last time.
Okay. Humanoid, undead.
Did you look at the hand? The claw print?
I did.
What do we know about the claw print, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Other
What did we
than
say
it's a
about the
claw
claw print?
We know it's not Cthulhu's.
Let me
said that it's bigger than
find claws and a 5-fingered human-sized hand. So like I said, slightly bigger than Cthulhu's, but human-sized. The rotten scent seems a little stronger near these wounds as well.
Okay. So this is this body. Can I see the next body?
The one downstairs or upstairs?
The one downstairs, the one y'all walked past to come here.
Yeah. Is the banister's broken above this body, right?
Yeah, the banister is broken.
So-
You found beneath the banister is Katrine Vinder's body laying inside of the log splitter, ripped
Inside the
apart to shreds.
log splitter. Wow,
Yes.
this is pretty brutal.
So she was thrown off the banister into the log splitter.
Yes.
Hmm.
Whew.
It's rough. I really want
there's
to talk to the guy in the sanitarium because he's seen some shit that we need to be.
Yeah, that's what. So does this lead to the sanitarium?
Does what lead to the sanitarium?
The water? No, he
the
was taken
creek?
there.
No,
Yeah,
the
he was
creek.
taken there.
The creek?
Like-
No, I don't think it leads to the sanitarium. No.
Okay.
Mortwell, Hask, and Tabe were the guys that were in the note, and I believe one of those guys survived this encounter with this guy who calls himself your lordship.
No,
taken to the
those 3 guys hired Grace Sevilla.
Okay,
their
yeah, they
body.
wanted protection.
Grace
Right, got it.
Sevilla survived.
So
Great.
who is Grace?
He's the guy that's up in the sanitarium that we need to go talk to. Do we know anything about Grace? Otherwise,
No, just that he's a local kind of thug. that the guards found him wild-eyed and crazy, drenched in blood and attacking them.
Okay, so between Argus and Cordova talking, Cordova told Argus that he thought it was summoning, right? Is there
I
any
believe
type?
it's some sort of necromancer involved in this.
Okay. So, with what we have, is there anything I can roll to tell me if it's like an undead, if it's like I don't want to say zombie, but something controlled like that, or like what was the curse that one chick had?
What do you mean curse?
Where she would turn into something after so many days. The chick that we took from the Bandit Woods.
Oh, she had a filth fever.
Okay.
Which it drains her until she dies, and she rises as a ghoul.
Okay. So is there something I can roll to see like if this could actually be a ghoul? Because aren't ghouls like mindful?
Yes, ghouls do have a mind. Do you have knowledge religion?
I do not, but I am saying this out loud to Cordova.
Yeah, can I roll that since he brought it up?
No.
Oh, okay.
What?
You've already rolled once today. It's 10 a.m. You've made your check on this today.
Okay. Whatever you say, boss.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is. So there's nothing else I could like roll to see if that was the case besides knowledge religion.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, you've made all the other rolls. You made them well. The only one that's left, to figure out the source of, the black blood and all that is knowledge religion.
Gotcha. If I did a spellcraft, could I tell if it was like a necromancy performance for an undead body that did it, or if it was like a summon undead creature type thing?
No, there's no lingering magic in the area.
Okay.
To the sanitarium?
To the sanitarium.
Off to
All
the
right,
crazies we go.
Is Cthulhu's
yeah,
available now?
Yeah, can you
Did
hear
I?
me?
I can hear you now.
All right, yeah. So
Did I cover?
and,
did I cover anything y'all were missing? Like, I don't want this to be a wasted part.
The ghoul bit was interesting. I didn't really think about that with but I wasn't part of that battle either, so didn't occur to me.
So yeah, I imagine Cthulhu can explain to you why he thinks
one more
he
second.
might.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. Are those people still in the jail cells? Are they still in Sandpoint, or were they shipped out?
Who?
The
Mortwell,
bandits.
Hask, and Cave?
Yeah.
The bandits.
The bandits.
No, they're in the boneyard.
Dead?
Yes, dead.
No, not those bandits. The bandit had the rot. The
ones.
No, they got shipped out to Magnum.
I'm sorry. I wanted to question it. I never thought about asking her where she got that from, so this would have been a perfect time to go ask.
Yeah.
And then according to everything that we know, Father Turban or Ezekiel or whoever it is, he's came by every day, casted like something to keep her from turning into a ghoul, so she could make it to the trip to Magmar. So it's not like she could turn into a ghoul, come back and seek revenge on the town for capturing her, right?
No, what has happened is they could not actually do anything for her, so she's on her way to Magnamar untreated because that magic is a little above his station. But y'all didn't know that. That's metagaming. So
She's done for.
No reason to go talk to Father Tobin. Then let's just go ahead and
let's just go to the sanitarium.
Also, I wanted to hear Cthulhu's answer to why he thinks his name might be on these papers.
Yes.
Yes, he can say that exactly. But let me say these couple of things. All right, so you have to go to Sheriff Hemlock and tell him that you want to go speak with this guy. He tells you not to expect to get much out of him, that he's a bit off his rocker, and he gives you a letter of introduction to Mr. Habe. I can't remember his first name off the top of my head right this second. Aaron Habe. who runs the sanatorium. Um,
Okay.
you
Hang
all,
on.
I imagine you weren't walking around town with all your full assortment of everything on you. So when you go back to collect your things, collect your remaining things, you go back to the Red Dragon. Um, everybody, goes upstairs to their rooms, and Cthulhu, when you go in your room, you notice that, I mean, nothing detrimental seems to be missing, but you could swear you had like 5 more arrows, and a couple of those potion bottles that you had drank and you were going to get refilled. Those are missing. Um, so just some various little odds and ends that you might not be sure if you misplaced it or it's been stolen. But yeah, it's not there.
Okay, so Cthulhu is gonna he's not gonna tell anybody this shit, but he's gonna walk back downstairs to what's the patron's name?
Amika.
Amika?
Okay, so I'm gonna see her in like the foyer, like dining area or whatever. I'm just gonna like finger her over to me.
Yeah, she comes over to you, washing a mug.
Okay,
What can I help you with, sweetie?
I don't know what you're fucking playing at, lady. But shit's missing out of my fucking room. I'm a part of the Sandpoint 5, and I don't appreciate people going into my room and taking things that don't belong to them. There's been murders in this town, and I don't have time for this shit. Please don't make me have to go to Sheriff Hemlock and lock this bitch down. And then
She like smiling, still washing her mug. She says, "Now, sweetie, I don't know what you're talking about because I'm one of the Jade Regent 4, and I've let you stay in my inn free of charge for nearly a month now. If I wanted your things, I'd have gotten them through bills."
I say, because we saved your ass.
Yeah.
You might be a part of the Jade Region 4, but with the little schooling that I have, I know that 5 is greater than 4. Then I say,
she repeats herself.
okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
She said, "Sweetheart, if I wanted your things, I'd have built
life. I don't know if you know that people are getting butchered in the sawmill. I don't know if you know that we're literally on the way to a loony house to try to save this shithole of the town once again."
Why are you telling this person you think stole your stuff your whole story, dude?
Because look, he breaks the fourth wall and looks at the camera and raises his paw. He's like, "Because I've had it up to here." It was like, anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, nervously starts like licking his fur a little bit, cleaning himself. He's like, "Just be on the lookout," and then walks away.
So can we just assume Argus has all this stuff because he was in the woods, and I want to do something, but I know it's going to annoy you. So you tell me if I can or can't
do it.
Okay.
It's my favorite part of our weekly game.
Since I'm a druid, I have special abilities to talk to things. Is there like a mouse that lives in this thing, or like a rodent, or anything that I can talk to?
If you're going to talk to it about Cthulhu stuff, you just
No,
medicate your
I'm
way
not
into a
with
corner.
y'all right now.
In the
I stayed
in the
behind because
sawmill?
they were going back to get their stuff.
I imagine there are mice in the sawmill, yes. But didn't we discuss how your speak with animals is not really speaking with animals because that's a much higher level spell?
Dude, I'm level 4, and I got bee speak.
Boom. Drop the mic.
All right.
So I mean, whatever you want me to do, like I'll roll perception, whatever you need me to do, and then we can go there.
Okay. Yes, there is an animal. And in beast speak, when you're in the form of an animal, you can speak normally, including to cast spells with verbal components. Does not include like
beast speak that's natural speak. Beast speak is something completely different.
No, I'm looking at it right now. Beast
Damn.
speak. When you're in the form of an animal, you can speak normally, including when you cast spells with verbal components and make yourself and sound like yourself when you speak.
Okay.
This
I mean,
can be
that's fine
cast
too.
while in the form of an animal.
But I mean, also, if you look at Wild Shape, I'll burn my ability of Wild Shape, and I can speak and communicate to animals. My voice comes out and squeaks, and I retain it. I mean, it's up to you, man. If you don't want to do it, just say you don't want to do it, and I'll move on.
I'm not going to give you the information you want. I can put it that way. You're gonna ask for something very specific that's gonna break part of the adventure. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, so that's all you had to say was, no, I don't want to go through this.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So
I really wanted to learn the mouse's
so-
name, but
Yeah, I mean, I still need to talk to the horses. I completely forget to talk to them every day. Space.
so
Alright,
are
so
we
yeah,
are we
y'all,
going are we going now? What are we doing?
yeah.
Yeah, we're going
y'all
now.
start heading
Yeah, we're
towards
going
the sanatorium.
And do I get Cthulhu's answer now?
Yes. Now you can have Cthulhu's answer.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna show him the note. Why is your name on the back of this?
Who'd you cross, Cthulhu?
Fuck if I know. Cthulhu's gotten very fucking shitty lately. Just because, Argus has been gone, hasn't had his assortment of mushrooms and stuff. He's just like, fuck, dude.
Argus leans in really, really close to Cthulhu, and he does the drug palm, and was like, "Do you think it's the lady who you stole her life-saving ring from?"
Puts it in his mouth. It's like, anyway. Hold on 1 second.
And then Argus, while he does that, he's asking him if he thinks it's that lady that he stole her whole life savings and then her fair family heirloom.
How do you know about that?
God.
I was there.
He's like, oh, stop, man. Come on. I'm glad you're back. Says, to be completely honest, I have no idea what this pact is. My gut tells me, and the fact that there were, maybe forged documents at the sawmill only point towards the Scarnettis. So we've already had a run-in with them once, and as you guys have seen, they're less than reputable. When it comes to the runes, they don't seem to be that type. Did I tell them about me eavesdropping on the dolphin guy?
Did you tell them about that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, so the lady and the guy that brought Musashi back, if I didn't tell you guys, they were the people that wanted the dolphin. And so they got it. So if anything points to anything, they might have a hand in this as well. And then I look at Cordova, maybe a trip to wherever the fuck they are from is in your cards.
The Brotherhood of the Seven.
Yeah, what is that? Magnamar or something?
Haven't we heard that name? Haven't we heard that before?
Yeah, the Brotherhood of the Seven is the is where the woman who raised Musashi came from.
So we didn't hear that before then.
I don't know that we heard Brotherhood of the Seven before them, but the seven-pointed star represents ancient Thessalonian magic
Okay,
that was eventually twisted into an evil symbol over time.
right. I think that's what I was thinking about
And
because it's
the fact that the Brotherhood of the Seven uses that symbol, even though it's been twisted over the years, is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
No, the Brotherhood of the Seven uses it's not a Thessalonian seven-pointed star. Think of it like a like the North Star, like the Christmas tree star, like a starburst.
Okay.
That's what they use. You're drawing the conclusion from the word seven.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
So
yes.
they use
And I'm drinking.
So their star is more like a starburst or like the Star of David or something like that. I think Star of
Yes.
David.
And all and Cordova can tell you this from his studies in town. All you know about the Brotherhood of the Seven is that they are some kind of mercantile group. They deal in real estate and trade, and they just it. They just deal with money. Excuse me. That's all they're concerned with is furthering their money, and they have their religious icons that they follow. The
ones that came out with us, they dealt with the god that deals with like merchants and stuff, right?
Yes, Abadar.
And I find it interesting that one of these notes says a deal has come about that I need capital for. If this was somebody from that group, they would have capital.
Mm-hmm.
But I also find it interesting that this person was looking for capital, then murdered everyone they were trying to talk to. So I don't know what they got from Mortwell, Hask, and Tabe, and that's one of the things I would ask of this character we're going to the sanitarium for.
So take it that way while we're thinking. What if this is the way they're getting their capital?
Murdering random thieves on the dock? Like, I don't think that's very profitable.
Like showing
what if it's not
loyalty or whatever to it? I don't know.
Does your lordship make any sense to Cthulhu?
Were
the
you
name
head of
your
a group
lordship
in the past or something?
Have you heard it before?
I haven't. When it comes to nobility, I somewhat put that behind me. And I say put it behind me as in I have goals that are in the forefront of my mind instead of dreams and aspirations of grandeur.
Wait, didn't Cthulhu tell us about a vision where he also thought himself as a king or something?
Well, the dream said I was. I didn't say I was.
Okay. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You were telling us about the dream.
Oh, yeah.
There does seem to be a lot of imagery, in Cthulhu's dreams and prophecy, and now the letter surrounding lordship and, kingliness.
Okay.
There does.
Let's knock on this door.
All right. Yes.
Let's do our thing. Musashi, break it down.
You want me to break down the door?
Like good old days.
Break down the door to the crazy house and let the crazies out.
All right, are we at the sanitarium?
Don't
Yeah,
forget,
so
you guys aren't. Don't forget, you guys are in here with me.
So yeah, y'all. There we go. I can move that out of the way. Nice. Yeah, y'all begin to approach the area. The Saintly Haven of Respite, better known as Habe's Sanatorium, is run by a man named Aaron Habe, an expert on disease and mental derangement. Independently wealthy from his years as a doctor in Magnamar, he chose to build this sanatorium in a remote dale south of Sandpoint because of its seclusion. He hoped that here his wards would find peace of mind they needed to heal, just as he himself hoped to find the privacy to continue his experiments into whatever caused their respective dementias without worrying so much about other folk misunderstanding his sometimes necessarily unusual methods. Unfortunately for Aaron Habe, building the sanatorium consumed all of his funds. And Hemlock has told you of his, vaguely of his benefactor, a man named Kaisarlu Zarin, who also lives in the sanatorium. But yeah, so y'all knock on the door, and a pleasant-looking man comes and answers. Says, hello, yes. How may I help
Mr.
you?
Habe.
Yes, I am Mr. Habe.
I'm going to present him
He
the
is,
letter.
there we go. He is played by Crispin Glover.
Oh, he's definitely a killer then.
Because he's Crispin Glover, because he's Marty McFly's dad. All right.
Yeah.
It's always the quiet
Especially
ones.
because of that.
It's always
All
the
right,
quiet ones.
Yeah, so
Looks
he
like Professor Quirrell from Harry Potter.
True.
good one. I don't know who plays that guy though, so I didn't.
Fair enough.
Check the back of his head.
I immediately pull his turban off and turn him around.
He steps in and Yes, yes. How may I help you?
We have a letter of intro from the Sheriff of Sandpoint. We're here to see name. I forget. You're gonna tell me that name 100 times tonight, and I'm
We
never
don't
gonna.
have anybody of that moniker here.
That's right. You sure don't. Jeremy, what's the fucking name? Don't mess with me.
Grace Sevilla.
Grace
Grace.
Sevilla.
Grace. I see. You're gonna tell me over and over, and I'm never gonna. I'm writing it down. Sevilla. Grace Sevilla. We're here to see Grace Sevilla.
Mr. Sevilla is busy at the moment. He is resting upstairs, and I'd prefer he not be disturbed.
We'd prefer not to be here ourselves, but we really need to speak with him.
Yes, I would prefer that as well.
Interesting.
I'll take
So
two
the-
steps forward and lean on the table with a slight intimidation. And let's see, where's my little sheet again?
Intimidate.
Intimidate.
You can always go in and shut the door and lock it. Like we have a chance to bomb rush him. Sure.
Yeah. You walk. Yeah, as you step in, the
Jeez.
old floorboards of this wooden veranda creak under any weight, making stealth seemingly impossible.
Well, my
Intimidate
intimidation
7.
sucks.
So before you
Yes,
intimidate
yes.
Sashi, hold it on. Argus speaks up, and he's like, "Yes, we'd rather not be here too. We just need a few words with him about something that only he can answer. If you would mind stepping aside and letting us in, as soon as we can go in and talk to him, we can leave you alone and let you go about your day. That's diplomacy." What'd I get?
You did good one. 13.
13. He straightens up, and sets his collar. He says, "Excuse me, I said my patient needs his rest, and I'll be stepping aside for no one. Thank you."
Well, it sounds like he's gonna die.
He says, "Now,
we've-
if you men would like to make arrangements to come back on another day, maybe I can arrange for Mr. Sevilla to be presentable. But as it is right now, I cannot allow you up to his room
And why is that?
because he is resting."
What is he resting from?
He is very physically ill. He has a rather painful disfigurement that is causing him, quite a bit of discomfort, as
What is-
well as his deteriorating mental condition.
What is his disfigurement?
Where
Hey,
is
Cordova, show that symbol to him. Is that what's on him?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna hold
Yeah.
out my rune.
Yeah, you hold out the 7 figures, the 7-pointed star, and he looks at it and doesn't seem to understand. Yeah, he has oh god, what am I trying to think?
ghoul fever?
The man's bowels are ceasing to work. He is having trouble speaking and forming words, and he is very not well.
Corona.
Roll a sense motive.
Corona.
He's rolling sense motive.
I will.
I'll do it.
Anybody, everybody.
Oh
I got
man,
5.
I got a
Did I do
12.
I clicked it. Did mine work?
Me?
No, yours did not,
No, yours didn't work.
Try it again.
and neither did Cthulhu.
Mine. Okay. I don't know what the hell.
No, Cthulhu was also a 2.
Oh, okay. I'm on the wrong screen. That's why. Hold on. I'm gonna find it as soon as I figure out where the fuck sense motive is, because my character sheet's jacked up at the moment. There it is. Sense
Right under
motive. Back over here. Boom. Did it work? Oh, come
13.
on, man.
13. I'd say that's enough to know that he's keeping something from you.
Oh,
There
is
are
he?
Other reasons why he
What
might
do
not
you
want you
know?
to go upstairs.
Mr. Habe,
Yes.
we understand you've fallen on
Mr.
hard times here at the sanitarium.
Cordova. Yes.
Yes. We understand you've fallen on hard times here in the sanitarium.
That's maybe true. Yes.
How much is it going to take to get us into that room? This man is deteriorating in his mental state and his health. We don't have time.
Maybe maybe 10 gold from each of you. Yes.
10 gold.
10 golds. I mean, it could be no gold, and you could go home now and let me get back to my work.
I'm gonna roll a diplomacy on this guy here.
Before anybody says, can I roll a perception check to see if there would be another way in besides this door that he's at?
I'm about to just drop the 40 gold and go in.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just want to
I
see.
have a lot of gold. It's not the end of the world.
19. No, 29 perception overall. You can tell that there are several windows around this place, but they are all cut, long but narrow, and no more than roughly 6 inches wide, so as to keep anybody or anything from going in or out.
So like murder holes.
Yes, they. Well, I wouldn't say murder holes, but they could also be used as arrow slits.
I think it's best we take advantage of the man's offer, give him the 40 gold, and go inside protected, as opposed to trying to sneak into the place.
Argus reaches in and hands 40 gold.
Oh, I was gonna roll diplomacy on him to see about. Oh,
21 diplomacy. What you saying to him?
I'm gonna say, okay. So obviously you're in a hard time. So why don't we give you just a little bit of gold, and I don't have to worry about telling the sheriff who we're on business for that you're trying to get bribes, so we can see a possible witness of something.
Witness, eh?
Or
I suppose
should I be asking you if you're a witness of something as well? And I'll put my hand on the sword.
I suppose that
5 gold. Here you
maybe
go.
maybe just 10 gold total can get you in.
I'll reach into my own pocket and hand 5 gold on the table and say thank you for your cooperation.
5 from you?
I'll say 5.
All right.
Because I'm the
I'll front the
smart
other
half.
5.
Man, I was in front all 40. Okay.
It's fine. So 10 gold and we're getting in. I'm going to lean into him as we're walking into the door and be like, hey, for one more gold piece, I want to see the back of your head.
Yeah, so as y'all start to try and, push into the room, you find the door locked. And he has, excuse me, I shall go first. And so he
It's a trap.
he goes through. Let me reveal the areas. Boom. Boom.
Are we following behind him?
Boom. Yes, you're following behind him. As he walks through, you yeah. Dang it, if I can grab it. Oh, it's on the GM overlay. You see a man, a tall, gaunt, pale man slip out of one of the upper rooms and into this like he just kind of looks at you silently, with no eyebrows, judgingly, as he walks past you and into this staircase and down the stairs.
Is 15 enough to take the gold off the table when he goes into the room?
15's my favorite. You're gonna make me roll a damn die. Let's see. Probably is. Let me do perception +6. So let's see. Yes. So he he turns to walk away and you pocket the 10 gold. All right. Where am I at? Let's see.
So we see a crazy dude. A crazy dude drops down, runs by, and looks at us.
Yeah, he walks through the reception, the room that contains a desk and 3 chairs, 2 to the west and 1 to the east. The cord hangs from a hole in the southern wall. It says ring for service. This is it's normally his entryway, but he met y'all out on his doorstep because y'all knocked so nicely. He does not turn left and go into that room, so he turns right and goes into this disused area. Serves as a combination of a kitchen and sewing room. In the sanatorium's early days, Aaron had planned to use this area for his less violent patients a few hours a day to do
No, don't
to
pull
stitch
me. I have
clothing.
things to
take-
do.
What?
Sorry.
I have things to do. Don't pull me yet.
Uh.
Okay, so as we're walking and stuff, Catul's gonna be in the back. You said he met us in the entryway, so this is the this is outside.
Yes.
Okay, and so we came through here. Is this like reception?
Yes.
Okay, so is there a ledger of like ins and outs and any type of like business information in here, or is this just like, brochures?
There is a sign-in ledger, and you flip through it back through as many weeks as as there are, and the only person to sign in and out is Sheriff Hemlock. Signed in when he dropped off Grace Sevilla and signed out that same day. Other than that, he has had no visitors.
Okay, and okay, so it says that he brought that guy in, but other than that, for I will say like 2 months ish, there have been no visitors and no one has brought anyone else in.
Yes.
And it seems, well, even though we're only in the first room, it seems like, there's not that many people here. It's kind of like ghost towny or what?
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, kind of ghost towny. You do see, if I can grab this guy. Oh, I gotta hit that button. He does have a tiefling orderly, that's walking around kind of cleaning up. But yeah, other than the tiefling, Aaron Habe himself, Kaisar Luzeren, those are the only people you've seen since you came in. Other than that, it's unusually quiet.
So these
Okay. And these little white things, are these doors like to rooms?
Yes.
Okay.
they have
Are there
like window
mirror-
slits in
like, yeah, windows we can see them or walking past?
No, there are no windows into the interior rooms.
Well, that is a prison.
Do you have a window in your bedroom door, Ben?
I have windows to look outside of my freaking bedroom.
Oh, this is
Well,
a
yeah.
sanatorium. It's more like a prison.
Here,
But
hold
how do
on.
you know? How do they know? Like,
If I
there's
was
no
gonna
feeding
see the
slots.
yeah.
There's no,
There are windows to the outside. The doors are bedroom door, or like they're doors.
right.
They can be opened and closed. It's not prison style.
Okay.
But
I'm
yeah,
just
there are
trying to
windows to
figure,
the outside.
like, how the orderly is accessing the people and seeing that the people aren't doing things that crazy people do in crazy houses. Because not saying that I have ever been to a crazy house, but I know that the people that work there can see and make sure they're not harming themselves.
Are we assuming these are the
Yeah.
crazy people rooms right here?
I don't know what they are.
He did say
Exactly.
for
Yeah,
like sewing machines and stuff for the safer inmates to use maybe one day. So through
Storage,
that
maybe.
assumption,
yeah.
I would assume these would be rooms, but maybe storage.
Okay.
Yeah, he walks past he sees y'all checking out the doors, and he says, those are my orderly's bedrooms, as well as a storage room. I'd prefer you not to poke around. Come.
Who was the guy that walked in front of us that went down the steps?
That is my benefactor. He is a rather busy and private individual. Now, if you have any more questions, I'd prefer you to direct them to Grace Sevilla and spend less time poking your nose around my business. And with that, he walks up the stairs.
I
Come.
like this guy.
Okay.
Now I see why he's closing. What a rude, like super rude dude.
So I'm gonna.
You see why he like segregates himself from the rest of the world.
Yes. So after these guys walk and follow him, I want to talk to the tiefling a little bit if I can.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's where's this guy?
Right here.
He's not very intelligent. Mildly physically deformed. He's got a deformed arm.
Okay.
Um,
Like a strong arm.
Is he making mashed potatoes?
yeah. Yes, exactly. He does. He has. That's a strong arm. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
What's his name? Ask him his name.
Yeah. What's your name, fellow?
My name is Gortys.
Gortys?
Gortys.
Gortys. Okay.
Gortys.
Gortys.
Like
Cthulhu-
a gourd full of fruit.
He doesn't laugh. Cthulhu is usually like hooded all the time, but seeing that he's a tiefling and he's like one of those like horned fellows, he takes off his hood and like his ears like pop out of it, and like you can now fully see that he's a catfolk, and says, "How long have you been here?"
We've been here for many moons.
Many moons.
And he kind of narrows his eyes and like leans back. You know, like I don't think he's ever seen a cat person before. And and he did say we've been here for many moons.
Okay. Cthulhu just, continues the line of questioning, like, so what do you do around here? The whatever his name is, that guy, your boss, told me that you're one of the orderlies.
Yes, I clean, and I feed
clean?
the patients. Yes, I keep very clean. I
And
clean
you-
tables, I clean floor. Yes,
And you live here?
yes. Me and my brother.
Cthulhu takes out one of the gold pieces that he got from the table and does the little poker chip roll. And then on the second roundabout of his fingers, holds it between his thumb and his index finger, and gives it to the guy, or like puts it towards his face, like, this could be yours. How much do you get paid
Kind
here?
of timidly reaches out with his strong hand.
Yeah, and so he pulls it back a little bit. He's like, how much do you make here?
We make one of those a month,
A month. Wow.
and we get to live here and eat for free and live safely.
I'll say we. You've said that many times. Do you have a brother or sibling or family here?
Yes, my brother Garnak. He lives in this room.
And he points to the room that he's standing right in front of.
Which would be the second.
He sleeps during the day, and I sleep during the night.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. And your brother also is a orderly of this fine establishment.
Yes. He is much smarter than I am, my brother. That's why he works at night when the true work needs to be done, as he says.
Oh. And can you tell how old tieflings are? Is this like a young person, middle-aged?
I'd say he's middle-aged. Probably in late middle-aged, weathered looking.
And I'm gonna ask.
He's not a
I'm
hard-
gonna ask. Is your brother? Are you and your brother close in age?
He is my twin.
Oh.
Yes.
Amazing. So then Cthulhu takes out two. Cthulhu takes out two gold pieces and hands it to them. Him, and says, "I'll be back tonight. There's more where this came from. I would like to talk to your brother."
And he
Smiles. Yes. It's much money for talking. Yes, that sounds very nice. Thank you, sir.
Yep. And then
he
Cthulhu.
bows.
Cthulhu's like double takes and looks back, and then I guess bows back to him. And
He bows lower.
Then he just walks away and shakes his head. Okay, so he's going to not sneakily, but like he knows that he's apart from the group, so gonna try to overhear some conversation and then walk up when he's not the center of attention, entering a quiet room.
Yeah. All right. So you go ahead and give me a stealth check. Why not? as you move up into up the stairwell, you pass by, or you get to this door. Ooh, stealth 22, very good. The door at the top of this landing is reinforced with iron bands, and is normally locked sturdy, but it was slightly open for you to come through. So I assume you shut it back in its place. You know how these places go. Make sure doors are shut.
True.
And you step out into this the area where everyone else is right this second. They're probably moving a little ahead of you. This is the central part of this room is sometimes used as a common room for the patients. But right now there, you see all 5 doors are securely locked. And in this room, there is, little slits that you can see into the patients. This northwestern cell up here, if you choose to look at it, contains a man. He's dressed in rags. He's looks like an old farmer. And he's got grayed out eyes, with several scars, across his cheeks and his nose. And he is just sitting curled in one corner of the room. And in the southwestern cell is a large man, old man, roughly 97 years old. He's shrieking and yelling at you, about the sky people are coming down, and you got to wear your hat so they won't be able to find you. You have to make sure you wear your hat. And he's he's very loud and animated.
Sky people.
Yeah.
I just put the hat on.
Where the hell did you get a hat from?
Yeah.
It's Cordova. I like that. So y'all continue to move on through with Cthulhu silent, moving, about 20 feet behind you. All right, and you get up here to the 3rd floor. The examination room is the central feature of this room is a large operating table, in which Aaron performed. That's poop. Oh well. Yeah. You see the room is open as you step into this lobby. The large. I misinterpreted the doors. You see that the examination room is open. A cabinet along the north wall, exceptionally well stocked with all manner of obscure and frightening looking surgical tools. Anybody want to give me a heal check?
Yeah, sure.
As you pass by that.
Yeah. Clicky.
Cordova.
Lame.
I'm sorry, 16 from Marcus.
That's
think I have a heal.
just barely enough from both of you. DC 12. To notice that the supplies are both very well used and unnecessarily invasive for what you would find at a sanatorium. You continue on through, and he points, at the back of the hallway, and he says, "This is where we're going, down here on the left. This is Aaron's room."
So on the 2nd floor, there's only 2 people there?
There's 3 rooms. This room's a closet. But there's 3 rooms on the 3rd floor, and on the 2nd floor, you mean there's only 2 patients. Yes. Okay. 2 patients, 5 rooms.
Can we look into the 2nd patient's room before we talk to Aaron? You want a perception or whatever?
The old guy.
You mean on the 3rd floor?
Yeah, on the 3rd floor.
Okay. Let me get to his room. All right. Yeah. This door actually is a high security cell door made of iron, made of hard iron. And the it's a good reason, because that particular person is a very large, strong person, and particularly insane. Let's see.
But I mean, we can still peer into it, right? Like get a description of the room.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
still look into it. I'm trying to. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just some hulking, hairy man walking around with, tattered clothes, not wearing a shirt, in a mostly bare room where all the the only thing that's in there is his bed, which is torn to shreds, and piles of wallpaper that are just ripped from the walls.
Okay.
He walks around ranting in a nonsensical language.
Like, okay.
Not a real
nice.
language. Don't cast.
Right.
You detect.
No.
He's just.
I was gonna say, was it understandable what he was saying? But you said nonsensical, so I'm good.
So the old
Um,
guy, sorry, but the old guy that you said had like scars on his face and stuff. And
Yes.
apparently everyone here has tattered clothes. Would that be like an open like chest area to maybe glance and see any like scarring from surgery or
Yeah, they all have a little bit of, like, not, I wouldn't say scarring from surgery as much as, like the blind man. You also notice like some electrical burns around his temples. Yeah, the
Electrical.
crazy fat man, you notice, oh yeah, it's I think he actually does have like an incision around the top of his head. Yeah, the guy up on the top floor, the hairy man with the torn clothes, he doesn't seem to have any unusual scars. He's just terrifying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we want to talk to Aaron now. Is that his name?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks
So
like
oh no, that is Grace Sevilla.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So let me open that up. Gives a Grace Sevilla handout. Show to players. Show to everyone.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right.
kidding.
Yes. This high security cell is currently occupied by Grace Sevilla. Page 81. Gotta get down to that.
It's a diamond.
This is a person.
All
like
right. Grace's skin is pale and looks gangrenous. His hair is wild and his eyes are a milky white. You guys can anybody want to make a heal check can do so.
Yeah, I don't have it, I don't think.
Come on, man.
I think I got 1 point in it. Yeah, I think I got 1 point.
20 for Argus.
Think. Oh, there you go, 15.
Yeah. All right. So Cordova looks over and he's like, I thought you said this guy was sick.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, Cordova's like, I thought you said this guy was sick. And Musashi is like, yeah, he's obviously close to death.
No. He looks fine. Get in there and talk to him.
Well,
I did die once. I guess I should know what he feels like.
and Argus, I'd say you think that something looks a little familiar about him, but you didn't quite make the DC to know what.
Ask. And so
Yeah.
I don't think anything's wrong with him.
Um,
That we're saying.
he's sitting there and he's rocking back and forth and he's mumbling to himself. Well, not sitting there, like he's kind of standing in the corner, like
So is he in a straitjacket?
back and forth. Yes, he is in a straitjacket at the moment. Yes.
I want to look at Habe
I
and
want-
ask him what's wrong with him.
Yeah, ask this guy. Or he says he's sick and pooping himself, and
What specifically is wrong with him?
Well, he seems to be deteriorating every day. He has some sort of fever, you see. His vital signs get a little weaker every day, and he seems to lose a little bit more of himself.
and like he's looking, and you see like a smile creep into the edges of his mouth.
Like, this is a very peculiar case. I've never seen anything like this set in.
Argus went over to Kadrova and asks and says, I think it's ghoul fever. We've seen it a little bit before.
Mr. Habe, I've heard you were a
You
master
didn't
of
make
disease.
the DC to know that.
What?
You honestly didn't make the DC to know that. You metagaming.
That's cool.
So yeah, you anybody want to get closer to him? Try and
Can we get to like if we just get to the door, will that aggravate him? Like, or do we have to actually go in the room?
I'll step up to the door and look in.
Is it safe to go in?
It's safe to go in at the moment. Like, I mean, you
Perception check, sense motive, all that.
Wait,
shit,
so
because this
before
guy's not
before everybody does, can I roll a perception check to see if like that rotten smell is there?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
he does seem to stink.
And
No, I want the same smell. That's what I'm looking for.
Not quite that same smell, no, but he stinks.
I mean, I got a 19.
I'm
Yeah, no,
going
not
to
the
roll-
same smell, but he stinks.
Are we
Like,
seeing any black blood stuff in the room?
no.
Do we see anything like seeping? Oh, they probably would have bandaged it up, so never mind.
Got a 26.
Yeah. Actually, good 26 is good, but in this case, like you can make another knowledge religion check, Cordova, since this is a new thing to make a religion check on.
I've been rolling so well.
Yeah.
You got it.
Natural one.
You still got your knowledge of the ages, right? It's used like 9
Yeah.
times a day or some
I'll
stupid
do it
shit
one more
like
time
that.
on this one. 17.
Perfect. Actually, yeah, you're certain that he's got filth fever. I guess that's the ghoul disease. And you hear him mumbling about the razors for teeth, too many of them, and the skin saw man will use them on me. The skin saw man is coming with his razors. He said you would visit me. He said you would come. The lordship, the one who unmade me. He has a place for you, and he locks eyes with Cthulhu. He has a place for you, a precious one, and I'm so jealous. He has a message for you, and he made me remember it. I hope I haven't forgotten. The master wouldn't approve if I forgot. You see, let me see. Let me see. He said, you should come to the misgivings to meet the pack, for they have something wonderful to show you.
Argus,
What is it?
Cthulhu
Argus-
goes into the room
Okay.
and like fucking puts his forearm against this guy's neck and like shoves him up against the wall. He says, "Who the fuck is the pack?"
He roars a deafening shriek that almost makes you want to drop him and hold your sensitive cat ears, and rips at the seams of his straitjacket until they tear away.
Good.
And he lunges back towards you, saying, "Yes, I'm gonna kill the one the master loves, and then he'll love me."
Then
Let's
Cthulhu
roll
like
for initiative.
fucking is ready for this shit and like he's okay that he doesn't have his weapons like drawn because he's gonna rip this guy's a new asshole with his claws.
So roll for initiative.
Hold on a second. My wife,
Do it.
yes, roll for initiative. My wife just brought me cupcakes and milk. I have the best wife, and you guys have wives who are not as good as mine.
I don't have a wife, so
Well, when I first started, my wife brought me tortellinis.
Yay, good job.
All right. Let's see. Who's got the highest?
25, baby.
Cthulhu does. Natural 20.
I'm about to rip this guy's butthole.
All right.
Wait, did mine work? Oh yeah, I got an 11. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Cthulhu.
Musashi got an 11. Krandak, you ain't in this battle. You gone.
Oh,
Cordova, what you got?
We're about to murder our witness here.
Now we just
23.
gotta like knock him down a few pegs,
Exactly.
and also not
Hey,
take a scratch in
and-
case he's like
23.
diseased.
Well, I'm gonna flash my medallion at him because I feel like that's a thing that could help.
All right. Sorry, I'm still trying to put in initiatives. I gotta find Argus is 21.
21.
It takes a second when I've got 19 to do.
I'm sorry, I gave it to you in order. I said Cthulhu, Cordova, me, Musashi. I'm sorry.
I know, but I've got my thing here, and I've got to enter in the numbers, and it's no big deal. All right. So yeah, he flashes out, and he grabbed and pushed you back, and launched you guys into initiative mode. Cthulhu, you go first. Uh, 15 to hit. Ooh. I mean, 14 to hit. I don't think that hits, but it might because he's not wearing armor. Oh yeah, and he's not acted yet in this initiative. So yes, you hit him for 5 damage. All right.
Sweep
All right,
leg,
here's
sweep
a question.
leg.
Yeah.
So this is a.
Oh, you can swing that twice, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is a 10 by 10 room, and so if we're playing by rules of feet and shit, can anybody else get in this room, or is it just a one-on-one?
Yeah, can we see the rest of the room here? And is this guy actually standing outside the wall?
What guy actually standing outside the wall? Is Aaron Habe standing at the doorway? Yes.
Grace is standing on the opposite side of a wall. It appears on my screen.
Oh no, he's inside. He's right diagonal from me.
He's diagonally, but that's a wall between the two of you, right?
No,
That's where I'm confused.
this
No.
is
Hey,
a
I'm playing the game. Can I call you back?
2 4. This is a 2 by 2 square.
Okay.
It's 2 by 2 room.
Okay.
I'll call you back.
I don't know what you're seeing.
I don't. Here, I'm going to send you a picture of what I'm seeing so you can adjust or whatever.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you swing again and you hit him again. 3 damage. Yeah. All right.
So yeah, my question was, can other people get into this room and be in this fight?
Yeah. Two other people can step in here by you and be on either side of you.
Okay. So then I'm just
So
gonna take a 5-foot step this way after those 2 attacks.
Yeah, and it is Cordova's turn.
Okay, look at your messenger and tell me if I'm seeing the same thing you are.
No, yours is off. You might need to refresh or something, but
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, yours is off.
I thought so.
And I can move your character while you tell me.
Uh,
So you're gonna step into the room, or
I don't know, man, because
Don't do it.
it's not really a place for me if this is combat. Like, I shouldn't be on the front line. I want to get where the guy could see my medallion because I feel like he would react to it, but maybe he wouldn't.
Tell this douchebag guy right here to get out of the effing way. This isn't his fight anymore.
Abe.
Move Abe by the boar.
I am going to. I don't know who's to my right.
Musashi.
Musashi.
I'm going to cast guidance on Musashi.
all right. It moves to well, unless you want to move.
No, I'm not going to go in the room. I don't have any space in there for me to really be in that room.
Argus and Meatwagon.
Argus is going to tell Aaron to get the hell out of the way because he's blocking everything. And then Argus is going to hold.
Okay.
Well, that's way better, man. My whole entire board was shifted to the right ever so slightly.
Yep. Argus isn't going to hold. He's on a 5-foot step back this way. And then he's going to send Meatwagon into the room and command him to attack. Can you roll it? Thank you. So 15 beats it. And that is a score. That was a lot of dice.
Hell yeah.
That is
So
a
17
hell of
to
a
hit.
We're gonna
It
kill him
hits
at this
for
rate.
11 damage. You
For
you
11
hit him
damage.
and you hit him and he just kind of goes down on almost goes down on one knee and just,
So now I need you to make me a player resorts and reflex save.
reflex save.
Yep.
All right.
And
Interesting.
if you want to see it, the DC is on my sheet, so it's not changed.
No, it's 13.
You fail the DC, so now you take 1d4 of piercing damage, and that's part
Okay.
of his special ability. It's called Spines. Those hit by the Bristol Boar's gore attack must succeed a reflex save to avoid this damage.
Boom.
Why'd you roll my 1d4?
Because I just wanted to see what it would be. And you
So
still
you-
rolled a d4.
No, you're good. You take 2 points of damage.
2 points. All right.
Piercing damage.
2 points of piercing. All right.
I think you would have got an
at
attack
that
of
point-
opportunity. Because I didn't pay attention to my movement.
I could have.
Okay.
But at that point, Aaron steps into the room.
God damn it.
Or no, he doesn't. Aaron is actually going to retreat backwards.
Okay.
Yes, he will. Yes, Aaron will retreat backwards. How far can Aaron move?
Probably 20 feet, something like that.
10.
I'm gonna show up in this fucking sanitarium and murder everyone in the building.
That's what it's smelling like.
Hemlock's
I mean,
gonna be like, seriously, why did I ask you guys to do stuff?
I don't know if
Yeah,
we can
he,
get any information from him.
I don't want to murder him.
We
He's
got
gonna back
information.
out here to this
I'm
door.
gonna say,
and,
I'm gonna yell out, "Don't let that mother effer leave."
Yeah, he's gonna run back to this door and he's gonna say, "You have to leave my patient alone." And he unlocks this cell.
Oh hell.
Oh fuck, we're screwed.
Well, me and Argus on the front lines over here.
So yeah. All right. So this cell is unlocked now, and it is Graced Sevilla's turn.
It's gonna be nasty.
Let me figure out
Hold on,
when this
Grace
guy
is
jumped.
before Musashi.
Yes, Graced is before Musashi.
Boo.
Musashi rolled an 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Ooh. And this guy is going to be before Musashi in the next round. And just put guy. Put him in for 20. All right. Yeah, Graced is going to lash out, and he's going to attack Cthulhu with a unarmed strike. That is a 21 to hit.
Guessing that hits. Was it against AC? Fucking AC?
Yes, sir. It's against your AC.
Does that provoke Jeremy?
Attacking?
No,
Oh,
attacking doesn't provoke.
Unarmed. No, unarmed. Unless, I think
No,
that's
because
what you
he's
have to have.
like that's his ability is unarmed attack.
What'd you say it was?
An unarmed
21.
attack. It's 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. It's 1d3 plus 3 damage. It's 5 damage.
Okay.
He's not. All right. So you take 5 damage, and that is his turn. Actually, no, he's gonna 5-foot step this way towards the door and try and try and step up and I guess close off your exit to the door. And now that moves on. Now it's Musashi's turn.
Okay. Trying to think if I want to drop this guy, but I'll probably kill him or cover Cordova with whatever the hell this Pidget Turgerson. What do you guys think? Should I attack some guy we don't know, or take a swipe at Mr. Fugly here?
Take out Graced.
Take
Don't
out
forget you have
Grace?
guidance if you want to use it.
Like
yeah,
straight
do
up
the
kill him?
Grayston guy. This bitch is mine.
Yeah, he's spitting some nasty stuff. I would take him out.
Okay. In that case, I will use the guidance. I'm gonna also do a power attack, because why the fuck not? I'm gonna take this guy down. And then
Oh, crit.
I will use. Oh yeah, he's within range of where I am right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I just want to make sure no partial cover and Flaming no Dachi. Fuck.
Oh man,
Damn it.
That got
that's
that
an 11.
hits.
Oh, that's
11
an 11.
hits?
Oh yeah, no armor.
Believe
Oh,
it or
yeah.
not, that hits. Yeah, he has no armor. He's in a bad spot.
Yes.
16, and
so
I
yeah,
set him
that-
on fire with 6 fire.
That hits him. He was at 1 health when you hit him. He is now at negative 15. You've killed him past his con.
Damn it.
Yeah, so he hits the ground and he's dead.
There's nothing more to learn here.
And yeah, so having seen that, Aaron like immediately, let's see if he can react well enough. He tries to shut this door back. Seeing that his
Well, he never opened it. He only unlocked it, right?
yeah, he unlocked it, but like he tries to. Okay, so I guess it would be a strength check rather than a reflex check. But yeah, he tries to push it closed, seeing that you guys have have downed his patient anyways. And he does not successfully.
Well, wait. If he's acting out of his turn, can we act out of our turn and run over there and help him?
Sure, you're right. Fair enough. Yeah, so y'all can run over and aid him if you like.
Yes.
Let's see.
Lock the door.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run
hit
over and
me.
aid him. Where's
Yeah,
my
I'm
fucking
going
sheet?
too. Roll strength check, you said?
Yes, strength check.
Whatever thing.
I got a 9, so I don't aid.
I don't know what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do aid.
Aid.
So
Is my aid enough?
Yeah, we'll have to see because I wasn't even going to make it in a post check before because he rolled so poorly. Now I'm going to make it a post check. No, your aid is not enough. You run over there and you try to help, and this guy just pushes out through the door, through both of you, and he oh crap, I got them all mixed up now. Aaron, go over there. You go over here. Yeah, so he pushes Aaron backwards. He goes, "Oh no!" and he falls over, and this thing leaps out and screams. And we're go back into the initiative order. It is let's see, Musashi killed him. Cthulhu, your turn. Yeah, so this guy just dropped dead at your feet.
Can we free action speak?
Yeah,
Yes, free action
Okay.
speak.
I want to ask Abe, who is this?
true.
Is this a man that we're looking at, or what are we looking at here?
He's another patient of mine. I thought that he might be able to control Graced.
Control Graced.
Yeah.
Do we switch to non-lethal for this? We're not here to murder everybody in the building.
That's up to y'all. It's like,
He is quite dangerous. I believe he suffers from a very rare disease. It's a lycanthropy.
Oh shit! Fucking
I
werewolf.
hate you.
This dude is keeping werewolves in a fucking cage, man.
Hate you so much, Jeremy. Damn it.
because I didn't let you be a werewolf.
So,
Cthulhu, we got a werewolf.
Ah, fuck. Okay, Cthulhu takes a knee beside Grace and puts his claws on his throat and just rips his fucking throat out and then exits the room.
So yeah, you're you coup de grace him, and that is your turn.
Let's do this.
All right.
All right.
And he's like, fucking dogs. As he looks.
Cordova.
Yeah, that's gonna be put on my turn. Hold on, I gotta do a research.
Dude, oh, that hurts my feelings.
You wanted to be a werewolf?
So bad.
Wait, this guy's a werewolf?
No, we can't have those.
Okay.
I told him that it's game breaking because it is. It is
Yet
game breaking.
There's an NPC that is a effing werewolf.
So I take it we need to murder him bad.
Not necessarily. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back this way and cast command. So we need to
Okay.
roll a reflex save against command.
Will save.
Yeah. Will save.
Will save. I got a will of 3.
And I
And
believe
I rolled
okay.
a natural 6, so that gives me a 9.
Okay, you fail it. I was trying to figure out what it is, but I know it's in the teens. So you fail it, and I command you to flee. So on your turn, you have to run backwards. I'm going to tell everybody to hold and prepare to lock the door.
You told me to flee.
Flee.
Does that mean I have to run backwards?
You have to move away from me. It says on its turn, subject moves away from you as quickly as possible for 1 round. It may do nothing but move during its turn, and it provokes attacks of opportunity as normal. So casting
Okay,
flee,
Yeah,
and I'm going to tell Habe to lock the door.
so he runs back in. We'll go ahead and because I'm
is it-
sure that
Okay.
everyone's gonna hold, right? Argus, are you gonna hold? You and Meatwagon, or are you gonna attack him?
Yeah, I don't have a weapon out.
Okay, yeah. So he moves back in, and Aaron, who actually does move immediately after him in the initiative, runs up and locks the door.
Whew, I didn't
That's-
have to kill another motherfucker.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. And he begins to look a little nervous. He's I believe that Grace might hurt you, and so I thought that I would release Mr. Turgleson, who might have assisted.
There's
Yes.
I'm gonna roll up next to him with a big ass intimidate. What is it?
Are you though?
Let's see.
Do
Damn. No.
Well, all right.
And
Not
I'll
bad.
kind of shout at him and basically say, "You mean to help your patient or to take us out?"
I surely do not understand what you mean, sir. I meant no harm to anyone.
whatever the
I'll-
case.
I'll just hold
No.
my sword with the blood and kind of just stare him down.
Yeah,
Whatever
you
the
can- you
case,
can roll
no
a sense
harm
motive.
is done here. Well,
So
whatever
while
his
they're-
motive, I'm not interested. I want to go and look at the
Well,
body
you
of
see,
Grace.
gentlemen,
what I was gonna do.
And
So-
he moves over this way towards his operating room door. He's
actually, you see, gentlemen, I do feel I'm afraid we need to talk. I don't feel like Sheriff Hemlock needs to know about all the goings on here. You understand, right? I can't have him coming
So
and
Argus
investigating
interrupts him.
because one of my
Argus
patients
interrupts
died.
him and says, "Nobody has to know if you just leave us alone for 10 minutes."
Yes.
And we very
Yes.
much appreciate
Thank you.
any items that you may have found on Grace at any point during his stay.
Any of his belongings now belong to us. Go get his
Nice.
items, give us 10 minutes, and Sheriff Hemlock does not have to know anything.
Of
I'll
course.
kind of look at
Of
you
course.
guys and be like, "Sure," and I'll whip the blood off and put the sword away.
As he goes to get the items, Cthulhu's gonna follow him.
Cool.
Uh,
So,
you can
so
see if
I
there
want
even is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
right not.
cool. Yeah. So
I don't
I
know
want to
him.
do it. I want to look at the body to see if there's like any type of wounds on the hands that would show that he could have used the axe. Does that make sense? Since we found the blood on the axe.
Or maybe
Okay,
we
so,
compare his hand size to Cthulhu's hand size because we got a good idea of how big the hand
Yeah.
was, the claw was that was on that body.
So that's what I was thinking. And then since he's in a straitjacket that's ripped over, I just want to check the body for any other type of markings or anything. So what do you want? You want a hill check? You want a perception check? Knowledge, nature check?
Hold on. Let me read this.
Jeremy's over there trying to figure out what we can even learn from the body.
All checks.
Yeah.
He already
Detective.
gave us well, I wanted to find out. He said go to the misgivings to meet the pack. I don't know what the misgivings is, but we need to pursue that lead to figure out what that is.
We will.
And
but
the
we
skin
also
saw
know
man.
what he said once
Um,
again, like the whole thing.
But
I got
you know a little bit about the skin saw man, right? Like we've heard that before.
we know the skin saw cult.
Skin saw cult.
Yeah, I don't.
So we're going to assume skin saw man are part of the skin saw cult.
Right.
Okay.
So roll me a knowledge local on the misgivings Cordova.
Oh, yeah.
If you have knowledge local.
Dude, I got a plus
Um,
11 to knowledge local.
Oh,
What
hell yeah.
What about knowledge geography?
So 15. Stupid.
Knowledge, you know the misgivings. You've learned this through your talks with Broderick Quink. The misgivings is a like townsfolk, moniker for an area to the south of town, just past the marshlands. That is mostly farms and a couple of old manor houses, including Foxglove Manor. That is where he lives, about a half day's ride south of town. Then that is the misgivings. It's given that name for its tales of having ghosts and things that have happened to people who live there. You do know that you've heard through rumors that Aldern's great grandfather supposedly died on the land, and that they used to own a rather large chunk of the farmland. So that's just that area a little south of town.
So, with my knowledge 24, do I know anything? Because I never use it.
Once Cordova gives you all of that, you're like, oh yeah, it's a little south of my marsh. I don't go there.
Okay, so what about like
It's that
body-
place.
Yeah,
Okay.
and what was the other stuff you wanted to know?
the body checks, like to see
Oh.
if he was the one that killed the two people by leaving like blood on the axe, so he would probably have like a cut on his hands or that.
No,
anything else?
he has no cuts. And
And then we wanted to compare his
your-
hands to what's your name? Cthulhu's.
Cthulhu.
See if he could have made the claw marks.
No, I mean he does have large hands, but his hands, he doesn't seem to have claws at the moment. He's definitely not completed his transformation, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay.
And I'll just say this is a knowledge deduction roll. But to the best of your knowledge, he was locked up in here last night.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
So it had to be somebody else who would have killed him.
So
the murders happened late last night, and he's been locked up here for a couple of days.
I'll kind of look at everyone and say, okay, so if he didn't do it and he doesn't have claws, what about the werewolf in the next room that does have claws?
Hey, but do we see anything, any type of marks in order for him to have this fever? Like, how would he have contracted it? Like a bite mark, a scratch, or anything at all like that?
It doesn't.
I'm also
It doesn't
looking
get
for
that
stuff.
specific.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say that he probably would have a bite mark, or a deep gash that seems to be festering, rather than healing.
Okay.
Yeah. Although now he's dead.
It doesn't matter.
Does anyone here have any qualms with not telling the sheriff about this place?
I don't, since I killed a man.
Well, you killed a man who did attack us. Cthulhu kind of
Yes.
started it when he went into the room. So we instigated and murdered a witness. But what's happening here all around, I thought Argus might have an issue with not revealing it. Now, Jeremy, tell me this: from this Aaron Habe guy, do I get the sense that what he's doing here it's a form of torture, but is it scientific torture? Like, is he doing this to understand lycanthropy, or is he just harming people for fucking shits and giggles?
Oh no, I would say like.
Do I get the sense that it's scientific in what's going on in this place?
Yeah, you get the sense that he's academic about it. He's trying to learn. And like I said, his methods may be unnecessarily bloody and cruel, invasive, painful. But he's doing it in the name of science, at least to him.
Okay, so do we feel like he might not be the one making the decisions here, though?
Oh, he's definitely not involved. I don't feel he's involved in what's happening with this whole pack and anything. Anyway, he didn't know what the seven-sided star was.
Right.
Finish it.
I'm more interested in the guy that kind of made an appearance and left.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, the
he looked at
benefactor.
us, kind of eyeballed us, and then left.
He's interesting, but I don't think anything that's happening in this House of Horrors has anything to do with the main thread.
But
If you want to pursue that, that's fine. But from Cordova's standpoint, what he's seeing here is crude science, but science nonetheless.
In a metagaming sense, I'm thinking you feel like you've already gotten your clue and you want to move on from this place, or
that's what I think.
Okay, in case you feel like there's more to uncover.
I feel like there's more to uncover, just because. Like, look at what he has. Like, I understand the crude science, like wanting to understand it, like with the werewolf. He has somebody with ghoul fever. He has this guy down here that has like these eyes and scratch marks. I think there's more to it. He has 2 deformed tieflings. It's like a collection of oddities that he's working with and freaks.
Mm-hmm.
So Ben, you were gonna say something?
Like, kind of what we're looking for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we do have the misgivings to go to, but I think there's still a little bit more room to look in here for. But I'm up for whatever the party wants to do.
Well, I planted some seeds, really. Coming back to talk to the other tiefling. So metagaming wise, it would be to maybe try to bribe them to get another pair of keys, since the people that watch over and the smarter ones at night might have access to certain things and certain knowledge, like, and
then I caught on
comings and goings of the benefactor.
So this is metagame because Argus doesn't know it, but I also caught on what he said about true work. What is true? Like, I don't know. That's just stuck with me.
Yeah.
And it happens at night. So
I'll come back.
Oh, I think that's when he said the hard work or the real work happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more than cleaning, to be just thinking. And like, if you think horror movie wise, that's when like all bad things happen.
I was kind of waiting for y'all to like dig into that, and I was just gonna play it as, his brother claims that that's when the hard work is done, when he has to watch all the patients sleep, and it's real hard to make sure they keep breathing in their sleep.
I sent Cthulhu a message saying you should question that.
Yeah, definite.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to pull more threads here, that's fine by me. Either way, it's bedtime.
Yeah. Either way, so I'd say y'all get.
I mean, if y'all want to leave, I'm down for leaving.
I say we leave and gather and do all this information after whatever he gives us of his belongings. We go back to the Rusty Dragon and have a debrief, and then maybe that's around. I don't know what time it is right now in game, but when it comes to later, 11ish, midnight-ish, I'll come back. I'm gonna say that I would come back and try to meet with the brother, and so we can continue the investigation. But we'll have 3 hours or something to discuss and game plan our adventure to the misgivings, and then whatever I find, or if we want to continue to investigate this with the brother and stuff.
I say we'll come back with you.
Yeah.
I would say it is still early. Early, like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. As I'd assume it's about an hour or so travel there and travel back. And as y'all are walking out, Cordova and Argus feel a little like tingling, maybe they might be a little bit stronger if they got a nap sometime tonight. Yeah, you 2 guys will be level 5 next time you sleep, but we don't know if y'all will be sleeping in the next session, so just be ready whenever that happens.
Okay, hang on. We're heading back to town, so I want to play something out.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So can you put me on a town map?
Yes.
Awesome.
On the town map?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta scroll for this. Yeah, make a brief stop at the Rusty Dragon because I
That's-
can't move. There we go.
Okay. So Argus pulls Cordova to the side, and everybody's away from him. Like nobody else but Cordova. Well, Cthulhu could join because he's original. Well, Mishachi's original too. Fuck that. It's just Argus and Cordova. And he asks, "Hey, can you have a seat, Cordova?"
Absolutely.
Do you feel like I have withheld my end of our deal?
You've been indispensable. Absolutely.
While training Meat Wagon, I came to the conclusion that I'm not ready to pursue anything else that threatens my way of life as Thistletop has done until I can be more balanced. The resurrection is not something part of my Druidic circle. And then the random killing that I did in Thistletop is definitely not part of keeping balance. So if you feel like I've withheld my promise, I'm going to go on with my travel. And if you want anything from me, you can have it.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, this is hard. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out the promise berry that I was given, the druid promise berry, and I'm gonna put it in Argus's hand and tell him I thought that what we were doing here might be outside the realm of what was acceptable for you. And honestly, it's not going to get any easier. We're going to have to do a lot of things that are going to put a druid's sense of right into question. And I don't want to put you in that position any further than we already have. You've saved Sandpoint. And that's all I can ask.
Argus tells him to hold on to the berry. He pushes it back towards you. I know when we talked, you're about getting your answers and fixing wherever you come from, whatever part of that you've seen this from. But don't become so obsessed that you lose yourself, because that's what's happening to me. And he gets up, he grabs his bag, and he walks out.
I'm going to pocket my berry and rejoin the group.
All right.
Shit, another
So-
one bites the dust.
Yeah. Yeah. Argus has left the party.
Jeez.
So this is Fire's Day, Lama Shan, the 31st. That would be October 31st. Tomorrow is the beginning of November. And Argus has left the party. Make sure
So
I
I'm
put
gonna-
that down.
Return to Cthulhu and return to Musashi.
Don't feel sad about Argus. He left the party a rich motherfucker.
He did.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen,
Good.
we're down to 3. We may need to seek more help. I hope you don't hold it against him, should he ever return. But Argus found it to be Argus found himself a path more akin to a druid.
All right. So Argus, and I also noticed that you said you didn't say anything you wanted from him. So he has all of his magical items.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna take
Intact.
anything from Argus.
He's all ready to go out into the wild.
Not gonna cripple him and send him on his way.
Give me those. You should have held me all this money.
You could have took his
As
stuff.
you,
He came with none of it.
As y'all are walking, to the Rusty Dragon, you pass by the garrison, and you see, a paladin walk by you in shining armor, carrying, an arm full of, all the clues that y'all collected. And, one of them is that dripping gunk encrusted axe, and it's like right up by his nose, and like he looks over at Cthulhu and just waves and keeps walking.
Cthulhu looks at him in the eyes and doesn't wave back.
Cordova's like, who's he?
I'll just ignore him.
Just ignore him. We're gonna need assistance. I'm reminding you guys as we see a paladin walk by.
All right. So yeah, that's a good place to
If,
call it a
if you're
night.
thinking that's my new character, that's not, guys. That's just Jeremy.
It's Jeremy's character. Okay.
All right, good
Okay.
deal.
Oh, I'm sad now. We just got Musashi back and now Argus is gone.
Running
Well, it
away,
says-
are you?
Can you guys
nothing
just
against
stay
you,
alive and stay in the party?
It's
God.
just because it's really because you brought Musashi back. And this top.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
Like as I was reading into it, there's like who he worships. Like there's different circles of druids and they all do different things. And resurrection is for a druid. I was explaining this to Jeremy when I came up with the decision. But he worships the Green Man, which doesn't believe in any type of resurrections. Like it's you're there, you fix the problem, it's done. When you die, you don't come back. Like it's nature's will.
We're going to be
Like,
doing
it
a
was-
lot of stuff that's against nature's will to try to restore the balance of nature. So it's really challenging for your druid. Like I knew that a long time ago.
Yeah. And like honestly, like not metagame wise, I tried to do something different and I focused too slowly on one thing. And it wasn't gonna work out.
Well, maybe Argus will come back.
Maybe come back and start throwing lightning bolts at people.
Hell
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, are you gonna stay on a little bit, Jeremy?
Sure, I can stay on for just a second.
Okay.
Everybody
just a
check
minute, sorry,
Discord, by the way.
Nice.
I'm listening to it now. All right. I'm killing the recording. I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
See ya.
Later.
It was fun.